purpose of this stream. We're going to kick things off here in about 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, and welcome to my World of Warcraft question and answer Ask Me Anything stream. First off, I want to say, holy crap, 3,000 subscribers. That's super awesome. I want to thank everyone who has continued to subscribe and has been enjoying the content that I've created on the channel, has been enjoying the World of Warcraft guides, continuing to leave nice, wonderful comments every day. The purpose of the stream is to give you the opportunity, if you're new to the channel, to jump in, ask whatever questions you have. If you have any for me about myself, World of Warcraft, the channel, any of the guides I've made, off-topic stuff, I don't care. If you got questions, the idea is to go ahead and ask them here. If you're watching this later on a VOD instead of watching it live, leave your questions and comments in the comment section below, and I will get around to those as well. Lost Soul, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. It's been a week or two since I've done a stream. Been pretty busy. But I'm back here for a World of Warcraft stream. So, all right. So, what I'm going to do is get logged in here on my warrior. I have not done the anniversary raid. I don't know how intense it is, but I thought maybe I would try to do that while I'm answering questions, so I can get that sweet Deathwing mount. Definitely want to get that before it goes away. Hey, we got our first question, and it's the most important question. Do you miss your old haircut from all the WoW tutorial videos I've watched? So here's the thing. Once per year... Ooh, spell visuals. Once per year, I shave all my hair off. Normally, I do it right before the weather starts getting hot. This past year, I had to wait. My wife, her mother-in-law, or no, my mother-in-law, was visiting, and she wanted me to show off my hair, so I kind of stalled, shaved it all off. I'll do it again in the spring, but then I usually let it grow for a year, and it gets to about, tutorial video length at that point. And then I shave it off again. So, do I miss it? Yes and no. I'm getting older. I'm starting to lose a little hair right here. So, eventually it's going to go from cool to creepy. And that's going to be sad because it's great all back here. But I'm just getting old. So, that is what it is. But I like having the long hair. It's nice every now and again. I don't miss having to spend like 15 minutes washing it. Now I'm just kind of in and out, so that's great. So, yeah, it's a little mix of both. I miss it, and I don't, and it's bittersweet because I know until we have some new technology, I'm getting to the point where, I just shouldn't be having it around. Just because I'm starting to lose it. So, hopefully that thoroughly answers the hair question. Now, the question I have for you is, do you miss it? Do you prefer the long hair? Is the short hair cool? It's all good. I'm glad you're alive and well. Yes, I'm still breathing. Although I had food poisoning last night at midnight, and I think I would have preferred maybe to not have been alive during that. I was like, I just want to sleep. I had this headache, and it felt like some kind of alien was trying to work its way out of my head, and yeah, it was bad. So, all right, let's go to the mailbox and get our invitation to this raid, and we'll take off over there. I gotta remember all my hotkeys and all this stuff. All right, so we open up our mailbox. We get our cool pet that I already have, so I don't think they'll give me another one, or maybe they will. I didn't even check to see if you could battle with the pet either. Where did it go? There it is. Okay, yeah, I already have the pet, so it didn't give it to me. Increases all experience and reputation gains by 15% until the celebration ends. Maybe I can farm a little bit more Volpera rep. Get my hyena mount. That'd be pretty sweet. I'm actually a bit jealous of the long hair, as I've been bald since I was 20. Instead, I grow out my beard, then shave it all off every few months. See, we got the same kind of thing going on. I can't grow a beard, though. Like, I can get, like, a long sort of, like, chin beard thing going on, but this, it never grows it. Alright, so we need to go to the Caverns of Time. I want to say there's still a portal to Caverns of Time somewhere. Could go to Silithus, that's kind of close, but let's check. See if we still have a Caverns of Time in Org. Can't remember with all these, you know, portal changes. Alright, we got Silvermoon, Shattrath, Ashran, Zuldazar. So you know what we can do? There's probably a... Was there someone around here who took us to Caverns of Time? That's the Broken Isles. Not you. You don't take us to Caverns of Time. You take us somewhere else. Oh, this guy takes us somewhere else. The Dark Portal. That's not where I want to go either. What about you? Yeah. I can't learn portals. Okay. There's probably a better way to get there, but... Huh? I'm looking at my chat. Really just wanted to drop by the live stream. Thank you for the massive amount of work you put into your WoW class tutorial videos. Thank you. Awesome! Man, I appreciate that. Holy crap. You're the first person to ever do that on YouTube. So, thank you. I've got a sweet notebook over here. And, you know, I'm fancy with these notebooks. I got a sweet notebook, and your name is going in here. I'm going to remember that. First person on YouTube. So cool. Paul Sherrod. I think I said that right. If I didn't, then you can take your $5 back. I won't be offended. Let's see. Hair's so soft and feathery when it's long. Oh, Lost Soul. Don't try to one-up. Yeah, that's my first, like, live... Well, you know, I had a sub or two over on Twitch, but this is the first, yeah, first live donation on YouTube. That's awesome. That penny. Thanks, Lost. I appreciate it. Don't think I take you for granted just because you're here all the time. I don't. I appreciate it every single time. Alright, so like I said, there might be a faster way to get to Caverns of Time, but I'm just going to go this way. I'm not in a rush. I don't even know if I have to go. I could probably join a queue, but, you know, it's about the journey. Bursky! Hello, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you dropping by. Alright, so we're going to fly over to Caverns of Time, and in the meantime, I am going to answer a few of the questions I have on YouTube. Also, if you're just tuning in, it's a Q&A AMA, so whatever you've got, send it my way. Alright, I'm starting back here, way back, about a month ago. This is where we got stuff. Let's see. From Julian Newbert. Hey mate, I know it's over 1 year since you posted this video. This is about the Beginner's Blood Death Knight Tanking Guide. But I just found it and watched it. I normally watch the guides of Marcellian Online, which I had seen his videos as well when I was looking for my own videos. Let's see. I normally watch the guides of Marcellian Online, but for Blood DK it just wasn't enough, and there your video came in. Really, really insane work. How detailed you describe everything. I just keep it short. Please keep up the nice work and let us see more of those guides. Thank you really much for sharing your knowledge, and greetings from Germany. P.S. This group sucked. I can understand that they want to push through it fast, but come on. Let the tank do his job, please. I definitely appreciate that comment. Not really a question in there, but you know, you can't always get a group that's good. So sometimes you just got to work with what you're given, and that's the majority of what I do is pug stuff. I don't know what it is, you know? Like I could get a pre-made group together, but there's just something about getting in a pickup group and making the best of what you have. I don't know. I really like limited formats and card games, and basically what you do there is you make the best you can with what you have, and maybe that's just the theme of what I like to do. So I'm really glad that the video was able to help you out. And yeah, it is insane how detailed it gets. It takes a while. But it's worth it. It's worth it for comments like that and the ability to be able to help people out. It's definitely worth it. All right, let's pop back over to chat. Kyle Hefner. Is Ethan's in my name in your notebook, or is it in your heart? Ah, get out of here. Those are buddies of mine, RL buddies of mine. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Glad to pop on by. Thank you. All right, so these are portals here. I'm getting the feeling like I'm probably not gonna be able to do this raid while I'm talking, which if that's the case, I still have a priest that needs to get a couple of levels, so I might hop over and just kind of mindlessly shadow priest it up for a little bit so I can answer questions here. Definitely have some. Got a lot of questions about the man, you know, I never noticed this. Is this new? I don't know. It looks like it doesn't really look like asteroids to me. It kind of looks like grape nerds candy. If you're familiar with that. Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna see if I can do this raid while we're on here. If you've done the raid, is it actually like difficult in the pug or no? Because if I can kind of mindlessly just do it, then that's what I prefer to do. Let's see. Timely invitation. Why are you giving me tutorials? Okay, celebrate down at the Disco of Time. Okay. Soldier of Time. Land of Alterac Valley was fought. Oh, okay. This is for the classic Alterac Valley. Yeah, it is. It's not gonna... Okay, it didn't queue me. Good. I didn't want it to queue me. So how do I get into this raid? Can I just jump into it? No, it doesn't look like it. Cataclysm, Northrend, Outland. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm doing. I just want to do the raid and get my mount. There's a lot of people here. Let's see. What's your current favorite class to play, and do you see yourself changing mains in Shadowlands? So currently, I don't know that I have a favorite just because Battle for Azeroth hasn't been my favorite expansion ever. I haven't been playing this one as much as I have in the past, but I did kind of at one point pick a main to settle on, and I've been having a lot of fun on Prot Warrior and on Demon Hunter, either spec. I usually do change mains every expansion just because you play so much that like you want to change it up. Last expansion, I mained a Blood Death Knight, and I did not want to do that this time around. So I definitely changed off of that. Even though Blood DK is definitely still fun and a great tank, I just wanted to change it up. Bunny, are you really back there just chewing on? I got a rabbit chewing on cardboard on my live stream. All right, I'm going to figure out what this is all about. Let's see. How to do... Anniversary raid. Wow. Tell me, Google, what do I do? How do I queue up here? Okay, gotcha. So I just queue up for these things, and they put me in the boss queues. Got it. Yeah, just queue for all three of our options or each part of the time walking raid. Yep. Hit it at about the same time there. Thanks. Thanks for the info. Alright, so let's queue up for my favorite expansion, the Burning Crusade. I do not meet the requirements. Why? Why don't I meet the requirements? Now what did I do? Okay. Cataclysm? I don't meet the requirements. Is there like a minimum gear score or something I'm not meeting? That seems like it shouldn't be the case. There we go. Quick guide. Okay. Red Crumb, head to Caverns of Time. Volleyball court. You need to be 120 and eye level 380. Am I really not eye level 3? I'm eye level 372. Oh my goodness. Ugh. This is what I get for being a scrub. Actually, this is just what happens when you play 12 characters instead of 1. You don't have time to gear them all up. Alright, so it works fine for me. I'm going to go see if I can find something on the auction house that'll give me a boost up to 380. And in the meantime, we'll answer some more questions. Yep, it's that minimum item level. But I'm not that far off. So maybe an item or two can get me up there real quick. 380 can't be that hard. If nothing else, I can go back to Ashara and grab it. Not Ashara, Nazjatar. Yeah, Benthic gear. Yep. Yeah, I started some stuff on Nazjatar. So I have a few mana pearls. I could probably get a few more, but I'm just going to check the auction house real quick. Alright. Let's do another question from the channel, or comment. Let's see. So spamming the normal Warfront, I can get items from tier 1 or only tier 1 only, or from tier 1, 2, and 3. That's a comment on the Warfronts guide. The answer is you can get all 3 tiers from the normal Warfront. No problem. You do not have to do any sort of difficult content to get all 3 tiers of the transmog styles. It's just totally random. What you get, I got a tier 3 like my first Warfront. So definitely can just queue up and get those transmogs. I wonder how that's going to work when the next expansion comes out. Like, are they just going to let you run it with like 2 people if that's all that queues up? Alright, where can I get my biggest gains? I got a 360 chest piece. I got a 355 trinket. 365 leg plates. Trinkets are usually expensive as crap. So I might as well get that out of the way. Improved myself that I cannot get anything higher than that. Oh, what do we have? Item level 310. So that's not gonna do it. Item level 400. That would do it. Don't need anything for my healing spells, though. So can I get one that's a little bit more expensive? All right. Leo Hart, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Burfsky, I'm only 251, but I've only been playing for nearly 3 months. Not bad. Think about doing any in-game stuff on the next expansion. Honestly, it depends. I mean, the thing that I like doing is leveling alts and making guides. And that's probably going to be my priority initially. Honestly, it just kind of depends on how fun the next expansion is. I mean, I played a lot more during Legion because I found the Legion content more interesting than the stuff they've been doing in Battle for Azeroth so far. Even with that said, I mean, I'm going to check out 8.3, and maybe 8.3 will be, fun enough to keep me playing until the next expansion. Either way, whether I'm like hardcore playing in-game content or not, I don't plan on, abandoning WoW or anything like that. So it looks like this Highborn Compendium of the Storm, that gives intellect, which is not great. So that looks more like a spellcaster thing. We got some versatility here. Flask buff, I don't care about that. So strength, this looks fine. This is 2400. Item level 400. Let's do it. Alright, what else do we have that's super low? I could get another trinket if there's a different one at a similar price. That's another intellect. Oh, that one's pretty good. That's also 3,500. I'm going to see if I can get something a little cheaper in the meantime. Chestplate, that's Azeroth gear, so that's gonna... Or Azerite gear, so that's just gonna keep me down. I can look for a ring. What about a finger? Alright, 310. That's not gonna do it. I'm gonna need to look for something higher than that. 310. Alright, let's do another question. So this is on the Arathi Highlands Rares video. Wait, so the new Arathi Basin is only available through Zandalar? Or do I have to play through the entire campaign to unlock it? I just started questing in BFA content. So the new Arathi Basin is only available to unlock through Zandalar. Then you can kind of go to it however you want after that. I can't remember if you have to play... I don't think you have to play the entire campaign, but you have to get far enough in the war campaign to do the quest to unlock it. So, what is the add-on that you have that makes your character window look like that? I'm assuming that they're talking about this one, and this one is... starts with an A. Let's see. My character window add-on is Aurora. A-U-R-O-R-A. And basically all it does is let you have this sweet-looking, semi-transparent, mostly black kind of character screen, and it throws in like a class background. I think this is based on the class hall from Legion. It's pretty sweet, though. I like it a lot because it matches the rest of what I have going on with my UI. Like this stuff up here, my mini-map, and all that kind of good stuff. Alright, so let's check for a ring. I think we're going to go as high as we can. Price-wise. It might actually be better to do it the opposite way. Alright, so I could do... yeah, these are all 310. So it looks like I'm not going to get anything for a ring to sub in. Boost that. We'll see how much the trinket brings me up. 400, that's a pretty huge eye level jump. Alright, let's grab it. I keep pushing I because that is the inventory button in Path of Exile, which is what I've been playing for quite a while. Alright. What does this get me to? 375. Oh man, that's that's not good. That's a pretty huge jump. It only took me up 3 points. So I'm gonna have to have eye level 400 stuff for... Probably we need to go legs here. Check that out. Let's see. Would like to take the time to thank you for your videos on tanking for DKs. I remember the last time I tried, I completely botched the run. Was that before you watched the video or after you watched the video? Either way, it's totally okay. I mean, everything takes practice. But yeah, you're welcome, Thomas. I appreciate it. Thanks for jumping into the stream. Yingling69. Okay. Same. The in-depth guides were really helpful after I'd been away from the game for 8 years. Made it a lot less intimidating to get back into healing with my druid. Thanks for the effort you put in. No problem. I wanted to make those guides because I couldn't find guides that I thought did the trick. Like, most of the guides that I found, they kind of like assumed that you were already playing that class and that specialization in the previous expansion, and they were like, hey, here are the changes from that to this. And I was like, well, I don't even know what the fundamentals of this specialization is. Like, I might have played it or messed around with it a little bit in the last expansion because I do that, but I wasn't like maining that or, you know, anything like that. So yeah, I couldn't find those type of videos, and I just decided to make them. So every time someone tells me that, you know, that's where they're at, they were in a similar position and they found the guides to be helpful in that way. That makes me feel good because, you know, that was the whole point of it. Man, I don't know. I think the raid's out for me for this evening. I don't want to sit here browsing the auction house the entire time. I imagine that's not super entertaining. So we'll do something else. I have this reputation buff. So maybe go do a couple GoldenEye world quests and see if I can get some rep with them. Look at you. You got the mount. I want the mount. I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll get my eye level up during the holidays. We'll do it. Alright. So we want to go back to our little... I got turned around there. Our little portal. I think this is my highest geared character. My Demon Hunter is pretty close. Where? There you are. Go back to Zuldazar. Oh, world quests. The best thing in the world. Before, haven't tried since. Oh, okay. Well, you should give it a shot. Marcellian Online is good, but not in-depth enough. Your channel definitely deserves more recognition than it has now. I really appreciate that. And, you know, I hope that I can continue to grow the channel. I don't want to get into a whole lot of stuff here, but I don't know. I've had some thoughts recently. They've kind of changed the way I'm looking at the channel and World of Warcraft a little bit. All right, let's get on here and let's go do some world quests. Let's see some combat, see some action. We got a couple of things here. These are rolling over in 30 minutes. I think we're just going to head out here and just hit all these while we're going through some questions and stuff. If you've got questions about anything, I appreciate the thanks and the gratitude and all that kind of good stuff. But if you have questions, throw them out there. Anything. Questions about WoW, other games, guides, videos, off-topic stuff. I don't care. If you want a little bit of ammo, I'm a huge nerd. I read a lot of books, watch a lot of anime, watch a lot of TV, movies, play a ton of video games, research a ton of video games. So that's all there. Computer nerd, web design, graphic design, do that kind of stuff. I got 6 pets, I'm married. I'm just kind of rattling off some stuff. Maybe if you want to hear more about any of that, that's cool. All right, so let's take a look at another question from the channel. My face gets bright, I'm sure, every time. What add-on do you use for your health bar, mana, and buffs? This one comes from Brandon Smith. It's on the Beginner's Protection Paladin Tanking Guide. So my health bar, mana, and buffs, all this right here is weak auras. Weak auras tutorials are on the way. As far as World of Warcraft videos go, my goal is before Christmas to have the first weak auras video out and to also have another class guide. That's my goal, not my promise. but that's what I want to have. I definitely want to have a couple of new substantial videos for World of Warcraft for you to watch during the holidays. So that's what add-on I'm using for the health bar, mana, and buffs. Let's see. Got a lot of nice comments, just thank yous and stuff. Well, I'm trying to hit the questions. John Leap on the Frost Mage introduction, spells, rotations, talents, and more video said, what's your favorite, fire or ice mage? This is an incredibly difficult question. No, it's not a difficult question. Fire mage all day, every day. I don't care about frost. If you love frost mage, I'm sorry. I'm team fire. You're team alliance, I'm team horde. That's, you know, the colors match up. I'm fire mage all the way. Okay, so we're going to run down here, and we're going to... Oh, that's a 375 waste, which is... Nice. I got a 385, so it would have to roll pretty high, but we're going to do this anyway for the rep. Okay, we just got to kill Bone Pecker? Is that Bone Picker? Okay. That's not much better, but it's better than Bone Pecker. Oh, man. I'm losing my hair, but sometimes I feel like I'm 8. Alright. I'm guessing we gotta go up this cliff. I'm also guessing I'm going the wrong way, but that's fine. Alright. Who's better, you or your wife? At World of Warcraft? I would say that my wife has more depth of experience, and I have more breadth of experience. My wife is very, like, I have a character, I play this character, I take it to hard, difficult content, and I kick butt at it, and I am very much just, hey, I have 12 characters, they're all max level, I play them all, and I play them all probably to, like, heroic content, and now I'm like, I'm good. I got other stuff to play. Now, I haven't played in a while, so I have no context for, like, how difficult this enemy is going to be, but I'm going to find out, I guess. Alright, let's go ahead and let's use all of our things. Okay, it looks like we're going to be just fine. So, Thunderclap. What else do we have? We got our little Azurite ability we can use. What else do I have? Got the Shockwave. I'm like trying to relearn what my abilities are here, and this guy is doing no damage. Let's do a Shield Slam. Thunderclap. Got a free Revenge. Got another Dragon's Roar. Shield Slam. Free Revenge. Thunderclap. Alright. Cool. So we got a belt. 375. It's no good for us. That was very well put. Well, I mean, it's very accurate, I think. Alright, so next we're going to pop over to here. Brine Basin Wildlife Lane. Oh, yeah. This is an easy one. Alright, let's see. These videos are pure gold. Am I killing myself by falling off the mountain? I am. Good job, me. Do I even have any food? I don't know. Oh, okay. They're dead. Do I have food in my bag somewhere? I've got ingredients for food in my bag. I've got a wing, a trash wing. I don't know. It's not like I need the health. Let's see. This is from Stefan on the Beginner's Protection Paladin Tanking Guide Part 2, Spells Overview. Those videos are purely gold. Could you please make a video for what Azerite traits and essences we should use? Probably not. Reason being, those are pretty easy to just look up on Wowhead, and I don't have any particular knowledge that I feel is like necessarily more useful than someone else's. So I don't think I would. Why am I zoomed in so far? So yeah, I probably won't make any sort of essence videos. Also, I'm not really into the essences just as a thing. I don't find them to be particularly interesting, and so they don't spark my like curiosity to want to go and research them more and figure out. I just don't find them to be all that cool. I have auto loot on. It's kind of weirdly seems like it's making me loot individual corpses. Oh, I know where it's zoomed in. I have the action camera on. That's fine. Hey. Yeah, and then it pops back out when I'm done. And if I mount up, it should zoom back even further. Yep, okay. Cool. And then also he said, also could you make the same type of videos for Holy and Retribution Paladin? I came to sort of a crossroads when I started making the advanced guides. I made the advanced guides for tanks because when I made the specialization introduction guides, the idea for those guides was I wanted to get people playing out in the open world with those guides. And doing that on a tank versus doing that on like a DPS is totally different, right? Like you don't use the same abilities and stuff when you're out in the open world. Like right now, I'm not thinking about a tank rotation. I'm thinking about how do I kill this stuff really fast as a tank. So to me, it made sense to make more in-depth guides about tanking for the tank classes. But then when it comes to the DPS classes, it's like, well, I feel like I'm almost just going to make the same video again, but twice as long. And so I wasn't sure if I even wanted to make advanced class guides for that. All right, we're done here, so we're going to go this way. And we'll do this one over here. So it says, please, we need those kinds of guides. So yeah, that's kind of my conundrum. The quandary I have is like, do I make a guide for DPS? And if I do, how do I make it different enough from the ones that I already did so it doesn't feel like I'm just repeating what I already said? And obviously there are some differences between what you do in open world with a damage class versus what you do with a tanking class, but the differences between open world tanking and actual in-dungeon tanking and like what you do and what you're paying attention to and the skills and abilities and stuff that you're using and the order that you're using them in, to me anyway, is vastly different than what you're going to do as a damage dealing class. I feel like as a damage dealing class, it's more about learning the particular fights and then min-maxing your DPS and learning, when your windows are to buff and stuff. And that's so much more about the actual fight than it is about the specifics, I guess, of what you're doing with your class. That I don't know. I just wasn't entirely sure if that's something I should make. So jump back over here. Met in the military. Yeah. When do you unlock the world quest in BFA? I only picked it up yesterday. So you get to max level, and yeah, basically max level. There are a couple other requirements. You can actually find the achievement in your in the log here. I forget where, but yeah, there's just an achievement you have to get. I don't remember if it's here. I'll look it up for you. It's been a while. Yeah, let's see. Yep, you gotta hit level 120. You gotta get friendly status with each of your faction's 3 major allies, and that basically gives you the little achievement you need, and then you talk to someone. You also have to establish all 3 footholds as part of the war campaign. That stuff, I think maybe they removed that. Either way, 120, you need to be friendly, which basically, if you go through and you do the main quest in each of the 3 zones on the faction you're playing, so like here, if you do the Zuldazar, Nazmir, Vol'dun, you're going to hit friendly really quick. It's not a super high requirement. Some spiders. There we go, that's what I want. On my little bar here. This is kind of boring, huh? I want to grab like way more enemies. This is way too easy. I don't know how many I can feasibly grab right now. I might have been too far for that spider. How about you? Can I keep that spider? And let's throw a weapon at this guy. No, come back, spider. Okay, well I got 4 of them. That'll work. Look, I'm kind of sort of taking some damage now. Gotta use that victory rush. Got another. Should have used my shield slam first, but that's okay. Oh my goodness, I didn't lose any health at all. Alright, let's get another question. Yeah, do the main quest lines in the 3 respective zones. That gets you the rep. And yeah, that's it. Monkun. Nah, I don't know. I have no idea how to say your name. Your tanking guides are very thorough and helpful for someone who has never tanked. It'll be great if you can do that for healing specs as well. I understand not doing it for the DPS specs. You know, I feel like there is a way to do it for the damage dealing specs. I just kind of gotta figure it out. And for the healing specs, I wanted to do that. I made the Shaman healing guide like 4 times. No joke, at least 4 or 5 times. And something went wrong. Like every time I tried to make it, like... one time I recorded it, and for whatever reason, my mic was muted, and yeah, it's just that kind of stuff over and over again. I guess I can put this little totem out. I don't even know if I need it. So I definitely want to do it for the healing specializations, and I think there's a way I can do it for the DPS. You know, one of the things I don't do in the specialization introductions is I don't really go in depth on all the different skills, and that seems to be a popular section of the advanced guide, so just doing that would probably be something that I could do. Talent builds, that's another thing, changing those up. Alright, let's use the whistle. Get to a flight master. Great cheers, 3 more levels to go then. Nice. Have you been to Mechagon or Nazjatar? Yep. I've been to both. I actually have live streams of like my first play of each of those zones on the channel. If you want to check those out. I played Nazjatar. I think I played the day it came out. Mechagon I actually played on beta a little bit. Okay, we want to go Actually, there's a world quest. Okay, it's over by the refuge, so we'll go down to this one first. So yeah, I've been to both. I like Mechagon better, like gameplay style. Nazjatar was not bad. I wasn't totally thrilled about it. Also, I don't know if I just had a weird bug or something, but like none of my quest objectives were showing up on the map. I don't know. I still don't know if that was intended or not, but it was just kind of frustrating because I was trying to stream and talk to people and having to stop and like try to figure out like, oh, what the heck am I doing? That gets frustrating. You feel like you're spending time just kind of being confused, and nobody wants to watch that, or maybe they do. I don't know. But yeah, Mechagon just in general is more my style. It's a little bit more freeform, a little less rigid in terms of what you have to do. But at the same time, I kind of hate grinding. So. Alright, shell game. Right over here. Let's do this one. Let's play the matching game. Alright, we got that thing. So this one's an orb. I didn't even see what this one was. This one's the crab. Like this little cheat sheet. This one is the turtle thing. This one is the angel thing. These icons don't even match. Alright, we got crab and crab. Ta-da! Alright, this one is the mech. I don't even know. Just gonna say, yep, that looks like a mech. This one's the weird jaw. There's no symbol for that. I'll use the ghost. This one is the crystal. Why do none of these symbols match up? Alright, we get the turtle guy and the turtle guy. Okay, that's the blood. Angel, we got angel. Angel. This one is the crystal. Oh, the crystal's here. Got the blood. The ball. So this is the mech. Alright, so now we'll fly over to the refuge, which is where the last one is going to be. I feel like I should take advantage of this rep stuff. Let's see. I had no idea what I was doing. Need to figure out that balance so I feel like I'm being helpful and not hovering wife. Just get, just talk to people while I'm distracted on other stuff. That's fine. There you go, Thomas. I shared your link there. So, crewman. My I had Night Crew was my original WoW account. Was Night Crew and some numbers, which I won't say because that account still exists and has all my original characters on it. All right, let's see. I'm looking for more questions here. This is one I like. It's not a question, but this is from the Opie add-on tutorial, plus my personal keybind setup. If you haven't watched that, if you're at all looking at me, using the rings and stuff here, that's what that is. It's Opie, Circle Pi, whatever you want to call it, is the add-on. And I've been using it for years now. But this one was from Riso Rocker. And it said, at first I thought this would be an interesting way of doing it, but didn't know how well I'd do with my rotation on a ring. But I put my main rotation on a ring and have been testing it out. It seems like I'm going through my rotation faster and more accurate than I was before. Now I just have to hope this add-on doesn't break with any future updates. You and me both. This add-on is a lifesaver for me and my carpal tunnel, and I just really, really like it. You know, when I first started using Opie to do my rotation, I thought, you know, this is really great for melee characters. It's doable with ranged. I won't be able to heal with it, though, because, you know, it's just kind of weird. But ultimately, like, I definitely was able to heal. I've been, like, as I've gotten better and better at using it, I've actually been able to heal with it, and that's been really cool. Because this add-on, like I said, has definitely been a lifesaver for me. All right, so what are we doing here? We are killing a songstress somewhere. All right, let's go. There we go. Man. I'll probably go and do some world quests on one of the new places next. I just really want the Voldenai rep because I want the hyena mount, and I'm already revered, so kind of close. Oh, hello. Well, that works. Sped things up for me. Alright, that's all the world quests here. Let's see. I don't really care. Who was I? I think I was getting world quests done with Voldenai, and I want to say Talanji's Expedition was the other one that I was doing. Which Talanji's is over here. But we're about to have a reset going on, so I think, for the moment, we'll just head back to Ashtar. Do you play Druid at all? If so, what is your favorite one? I definitely do play Druid. Druid was... my main characters during Classic were Druid and Prot Warrior. So I'm playing Prot Warrior now. Druid has gone through a lot of changes over the course of World of Warcraft's lifespan, and I am not particularly crazy about where it is at the moment because I don't know. I feel like it's been kind of dumbed down and it's lost a lot of its versatility. So I played Druid during Classic, and it was my main, and Prot Warrior was kind of like my second main, but my main character that I raided with and stuff during Burning Crusade was Moonkin, Balanced Druid, whatever you want to call it. And I really liked it. And one of the things that I liked about Druid during Classic and during Burning Crusade was the fact that you could be versatile. You could change things up. You could play as a, you know, Guardian Druid, but still do some heals or still do some DPS and stuff as needed. Or you could play as a Boomkin, and if the tank went down, I could switch over and do a little tanking. It's not like I would be great at it, but, you know, I could do it if I needed to in a pinch. And like I've mentioned a couple times already, I like making the best out of what I have. And the Druid used to be the class that, like, that was what you did. You made the best out of what you had. You had the opportunity to really do some cool stuff. And I feel like that has gone away over the years. I still enjoy playing Druid just because... What am I doing? Okay. Oh, okay, I gotta kill these things. 1 second. Whatever, I'll just roll in. If I die, I die. Let's see. Nature damage. Let's do whatever this is. I'm assuming this is like Heroes of the Storm. And this bubble is gonna make me invincible. But yeah, I liked playing like Feral Druid and stuff. Okay. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. trying to use my... Yep, let's bubble Heroes of the Storm style. I like playing Feral Druid. I like playing Druid because you can stealth and you have all the shapeshift forms and stuff, and that's really cool. But I haven't... This expansion, I just really didn't want to play it. It was like second or third favorite class for me during Legion. Mostly, I just played Feral for quick leveling and quick world quests. But this expansion, I feel like they just really, really toned down Druid a lot overall, and so they just made things exponentially worse. That was a long rant, a long tangent, but yeah. If I had to say, like, what's my... Ooh, can I kill this guy, or is he going to wreck me? Alright, let's go ahead and use the bubble. So we have that. Let's put our fish down. What does this one do? Oh, okay. Yeah, this is... Oh, I didn't even need this. This is exactly like the Heroes of the Storm character. That's hilarious. Come on, guys. Let's do it. Bubble me up. Gather round. Okay, we're going to throw this out. Oh, that's my ability doing that. Yeah, Murky's a little OP here. Is this Murky? Is that who I'm playing as? I don't really have a favorite Druid in Battle for Azeroth, though. I really don't like what they did with balance, so I would say that I actively kind of dislike balance as it is right now. Guardian Druid seems oversimplified. Feral, I just played so much last expansion that I'm not super interested in playing it right now, so... I thought about doing Resto, though. Just because it's been a while since I played Resto. Yeah, I will address a different question as soon as I finish this world quest. There we go. Cool. Alright, let's check out another question here, if I could find one. Love all the in-depth videos. This is from the Beginner's Guardian Druid Tanking Guide from XXL Epic. Would you be able to rank tanks in terms of easiest to hardest? The answer is yes, and also no. So the answer is yes, because I think, for me, there's a easiest to most difficult, but I also think that what's easiest versus difficult for you is potentially going to be different, right? I feel like some level of difficulty is tied to how much you enjoy a playstyle, right? If you really hate a playstyle, then you're going to feel like learning it is more difficult. I think, generally speaking. Now, there's obvious, mechanical, objective levels of difficulty, but I do think that makes a big difference. And I think that when you're comparing classes that are pretty similar in difficulty, then that's where you're going to get differences in opinion, is when it comes down to playstyle. I think I did this before, and there were some elites that really just wrecked me. So, we'll see how this goes. That was when, that was first day of Najdatar. I came up here and I kept dying. Alright, that wasn't too bad. What does this do? Archaic Shrine. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what that does. Yeah, these elites. I thought I could take them because I could take the other ones, but I couldn't. And he's going to get that one. That's fine. I'll go get this one. Alright. So, ranking tanks from most difficult, or from least difficult to most difficult. So, I personally think that right now, Guardian Druid is the easiest tank to play. At least in terms of mechanics. Am I fighting? I'm fighting an elite, aren't I? Well, at least I'm not getting my butt whooped as bad as I was before. Need battle shout. Did I take it off or something? Ugh, give me battle shout back. Alright, yeah, we're gonna... I'm still not good enough to take these guys, so we're gonna run away. Alright. Oh, get away from me. So Guardian Druid, I think, is the least difficult. I think after that, I would probably say Paladin. Paladin is probably second easiest. What do we have after we got Blood Knight, Warrior, Demon Hunter, and Monk? Demon Hunter's not too hard to play, I don't think. Like, Demon Hunter doesn't have too many abilities to pay attention to, which I think makes it a little bit easier, but it is kind of a weird, different tank. But I think I'd probably still put that, like, third. And then I would say... Man, I don't know for the next three. Like, Monk I don't feel like is too bad, except for you have all the stuff going on with Stagger, and that can be complicated until you learn it pretty well. Warrior has a lot of abilities going on, so there's a lot of stuff you have to pay attention to, but I really like that, so I don't find it to be super difficult, but some people probably would. And then for Death Knights, you know, Death Knight, the main thing is, like, for Death Knight, you just got to remember to keep Bone Shield up. And I think if you don't do that, then your life's really hard, and it's probably going to feel difficult to play. But if you do that, then you're pretty much good. It's not too bad. You're just, you know, you just heal. 340,000. Is this another elite? I feel like I need to interrupt whatever the heck they were doing before. That bubble thing. Oh man, this is a race now. What do I have? I got something that heals me. Alright, I gotta pay attention for a second here. Did that out of order. Come on, we can kill him. We can kill him. We got the... Oh, okay. Oh, we barely killed him. Man. That's a little bit tough. So yeah, I don't know. If I had to split them, I would say Demon Hunter, Paladin, Druid are in the lower tier of difficulty. Death Knight, Warrior, and Monk are in the higher tier of difficulty. All right. More questions. Digging through, digging through. A lot less questions than I thought here. Lots of comments. Alright, what is the add-on that you're using that has your abilities on the circle in the middle of the screen? This is from D6 Damager. Got some RPG in the house on the Beginner's Brewmaster Monk Tanking Guide. It's called Opie, or Circle Pie. And I do have a video about it. Hey, look, here's a normal guy. This is what I want to kill. I want to kill these guys. There just aren't enough of them around here to do it. So yeah, I do have a video for Opie on the channel. Just look for Opie tutorial and my personal add-on or keybind settings video. That'll do the trick. There we go. I need some victory rush. Get some heals. That's what I want. Use some shield slam, use some free revenge, use some shield slam again. Lots of nice procs there. There we go. Here's quite a few. Do I have... I need to pick up some food, I think, when I get... Oh, here we go. I got some salt water taffy. I'll do the trick. Alright, we're about an hour in, about halfway through the stream. If you're just joining the stream, or if you've been here for a little bit and you didn't catch the very beginning, this is an AMA Q&A WoW stream. Any questions you have about me, any questions you have about my guides, my channel, World of Warcraft, anything off topic, etc., feel free to ask questions. That is what I'm here for. I'm also kind of going through and answering some questions that have come up on the channel, on the videos, so I'm going through and doing that as well. I'm just playing some World of Warcraft in the background for the moment. Also, if you're in the chat, in the channel, if you're watching and you want to see me play a different class, different specialization, let me know, because I can definitely switch. I have everything at 120 except for Priest, because I still haven't made myself level that thing to 120. I really needed a break. When I got to class number 12 trying to level to 120, I was like, I can't do it anymore. So, what do we got here? We got a Night Elf Druid. You're good. I need 4 more of these little guys, if I can find them. It's usually just a bunch of elites as you go higher up here. It'd be nice if I could fly, but I'm too lazy to grind. Oh man, you got the little guy. Those are big guys. That is also a big guy, big guy, big guy. Yep, nope. That was a big drop. Nothing in there. Got something. Here we go. I just have like farming professions. But the funny thing about the farming professions that I pick up is I pick them up because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to farm stuff. I'm going to make money from selling materials. And then I just never sell the materials because I'm always in my head. I'm like, well, I'm going to have other classes and they're going to have professions. And then I'm going to need these materials to level up their professions. So I don't want to sell them. But the truth of the matter is I really don't like the profession system in World of Warcraft. And I never really get involved in it. So I don't know why I save the materials instead of selling them. Like, it's just a thing in my head that I've just kind of, you know. It's because I used to do professions, right? I used to do professions in earlier expansions. And so I still just have that mentality of like, oh, I want to save everything because, you know, I'm going to wind up with these rare materials. And then, yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Probably don't want to go into the Alliance camp. That seems like a bad idea. Hopefully I don't pull that elite over here. No victory rush for me. Hey, come here. Yeah, you, come here. Now I can victory rush. There we go. So yeah, I take the gathering professions because I'm like, well, I mean, professions are a thing. I can make some money. Maybe. And I should just sell my materials instead of keeping them. Just make all my characters gatherers of some kind or another. I don't know. They didn't really say a whole lot about what they were going to do with professions in the next expansion either. So I don't know if that situation is going to improve at all. I need one more of these guys and I'll be done. One more little one, preferably. What's your favorite MTGA? Magic the Gathering Arena deck? You want the honest truth? I haven't been playing MTG Arena. I was really excited about Throne of Eldraine as an expansion. I was really excited about the theme and etc. etc. And I just got... I got bored of it so quickly. Even, you know, my buddy who comes over and plays and does streams with me, we both just got bored of it really quick. So I haven't been playing, but if I was put on the spot and was asked, like, hey, what's your favorite deck? You got to name something. I would say Cavalcade of Calamity decks in general. I have one that's kind of based around elementals that I like. It's a lot of fun. It's hyper aggro, and so you either win or you don't, and that's kind of figured out by turn 3, which is not usually my style for card games, but I really just like the mechanics of that one. I think it's a really cool build around, so I enjoy it. I'm still waiting for Legends of Runeterra. Hopefully there's going to be some beta access or something to that coming within, you know, the next couple of months here. And if there is, I'll be playing that. I'll be showcasing that here on the channel. Still really excited about playing that one. I did not get into the last beta, so I wasn't able to test it out, stream it, play it, you know, see if I actually like it in practice. But it still looks really cool, and I like the new things that they added to it and the new things they did with it. So, is it going to take me forever to find this one stupid little crawler guy? Doesn't help that I can't fly. What? Do I have a quest for this thing? I guess I do. Still have some really basic quests for this area. Alright, so we're waiting for a spawn here. Pop over and dig out another question from the YouTube channel. What do we got? Well, that was everything. That was all the questions. Everything else is just comments. People saying they really like the videos, so I appreciate that a whole lot. Play your Demon Hunter? Like, you want me to, or have I been, or do I want to? This is very different questions. Oh, there's a little guy right there, but this big annoying guy is going to be in the way. Oh, here's one. Sweet. Should have cast my Demoralizing Shout first, so I get the full damage buff. Oh, this is not a little guy. This is a big guy. But I'm whooping his butt, so it's all good. Actually, I thought I was whooping his butt. It looks like maybe I'm not. Looks like we're kind of tied here. Oh, let's do Fortifying Shout. All right, we're gonna last stand on this dude so we can kill him. Come on, die. Woo, that was incredibly close. Okay, cool, we did it. Good. And, of course, then a tiny little guy spawns. Because why not? Why not? Yeah, I'll switch gears. We'll do Demon Hunter instead. Switch over to that. Yeah, so thanks everybody for the comments. I'm still going to go through and try to actually respond to comments. I know not everybody who's commented on the channel is watching this video or will watch it in the future, so I don't want to, you know, treat this as a lazy way to tackle your comments. So you'll still get those responses as well. Cool. All right, so Demon Hunter. Let's change it up. Why? Okay. Good old Demon Hunter. You know, I never did the Darkshore Warfront. I still haven't done it even once. Alright, Demon Hunter. Yeah, 347. So I'm not quite as high as I am on my warrior. That's okay. Right now, I am rocking Havoc. Havoc is so much fun. Did I go to Nazjatar or Mechagon on my Demon Hunter? I can't remember. Do I get to Mechagon by boat? Did I already do that? Let's see. Oh, maybe I wasn't far enough in the war campaign. Let's go talk to Sylvanas, I guess. Let's see what she wants. Let's see. Honorbound, I was trying to get, and also Zandalari Empire. Actually, this is Zandalari Empire bonus right now. So maybe I want to do that instead. Ooh, so many quests. Alright. Yeah, so many quests. Holy cow. Well, go start up here in the corner. Yep, let's go up there. Check it out. So, who is excited for 8.3? And who's excited for the next expansion? I don't know how many of you watched my post-panel impressions about Shadowlands, but it's a mixed bag for me. It's been a mixed bag so far, this new expansion, and mainly it's because they haven't been talking about the most important thing to me, which is figuring out the class mechanics and the class gameplay. They've kind of said what I would call like buzz phrases that don't really mean anything until you see what they actually do with them. So I mean, they could say stuff like, "Oh, we're unpruning a bunch of abilities," and it's like, okay, I don't think that's going to solve the problem that you have with class gameplay, and also you're not. I know they've said a few of the abilities that they have in mind for, removing some pruning. They've said stuff like bringing things back to, be more focused about class and your specialization actually being more of a specialization. But that doesn't really mean anything either because they haven't really said a lot of the ways that they're going to go about that. There's just a lot to think about. And then we have the level squish coming and how that's all supposed to pan out. So we'll have to see. I don't know why my bars are weird. All right. Just gonna help some people. Why are my bars so weird? Weird. I think I just have an add-on turned on or something I don't normally have. Jeez. I don't know if they did that much damage or I did that much damage, because Demon Hunter can definitely do that much damage. Can definitely nuke some stuff, like, really easily. There's just not enough enemies around here. I really like to gather a bunch of stuff up on Demon Hunter and then just nuke it down. Alright. I mean, this is like some single target junk. Okay. like I shouldn't have been able to see that person. Here we go. Now we can gather some stuff up. There we go. All I gotta do here is push this button. Hey, you did. Cool. Alright. I like the sounds of Demon Hunter. Yeah, Demon Hunter is just cool. I honestly think it's my current favorite, even though I've been playing the Prot Warrior more in general. I think just overall, I really, really, really like Demon Hunter. I like it being so mobile. I really like mobility in my classes. If I can use a lot of mobility, then I will, like, every single time. So this thing, you know, it's got the dashes, it's got the crazy anime teleport stuff. It's just, this is definitely right up my alley. It's pretty nerdy. Okay. Got a little bit of weird lag going on here. I don't know if I got that one or not. Hey, here's a treasure box. I did not see what I got there. Oh, a pilgrimage scroll. Okay. Hello, I will help you. Alright, I gotta kill 2 more people. This is easy peasy. There's one up here. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed I couldn't get into the raid, man. I should have looked at eye levels beforehand. I just kind of assumed that I could do it. And you know what assumptions do. Cool. There are so many world quests in this zone. What do we got down here? Purify the temple grounds. There we go. Invites you to join the guild. Tranquilizer. No thanks. I'm a free spirit. I don't need no guild. Actually, I don't care one way or the other. I usually join a guild just so I'll stop getting guild invites and then mute everything. I'm not anti-guild or anything weird like that. I just don't, I don't put the time into doing guild activities very often. I kind of pug everything most of the time if I can. Like, I guess the thing about it is I don't play one character as a main character. And so that doesn't seem to lend itself very well to being in a guild that, you know, does raids and stuff like that. Now this is looking a little bit better. I could definitely grab a bunch of stuff here. This is what I want to see. Let's do it. I don't know. This might be too many people considering I just started playing again, but we're going to find out. Alright, we got to do this and this and that. Oh, yeah, that was... Okay, so I could totally handle that pull. I'm just rusty enough that I got wrecked on that pull. I'm going to do it again. I should have used my metamorphosis there. There's a couple other things that I didn't do. I could have used blur and darkness. I didn't build up my stuff fast enough. I'm not warmed back up on Demon Hunter enough for that pull. Okay, so let's go... We'll go right here. That should be good enough. Let's mount up again. Alright, so what we want is we want to have... Alright, we're going to do this again. Also, I lost a bunch of health in the initial pull here. Alright, that looks good. Alright, let's do it again. Here we go. Then we need to do this. Go into it. Come on, give me enough. Give me enough. Give me enough. Oh my goodness. Still got wrecked. So rusty. Okay, I am going to go in. I've been playing this way, but it's actually been driving me a little bit nuts. Where is dynamic cam? Yeah, the zoom in thing, I think I was just like really, really bored playing my character like on repeat. And I was like, let me throw in dynamic cam. And yeah, I'm not a big fan. All right, let's do this poll again. Man, I'm really screwing this up. I don't care about 8.3 or 9 play consoles lately. You know, I've actually done the opposite where I just haven't played anything on console. Like, I just haven't felt like playing anything on console. I traded in my PS4 for an Xbox so that I could play Borderlands 3 with some friends and my sister who all had Xboxes, and you know, I was a very staunch PlayStation supporter. And ever since I got the Xbox, you know, I was excited about it at first. I just don't care now. I don't play anything on it. I have no desire to play anything on it. Yeah, it's just all around. It's not been a great experience. All right, we're gonna do this poll again. All right, let's try it one more time. All right, let's go. Grab all these. Come on. Round them up. Round them up. You two, let's go. All right, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna metamorphosis on this. Then we're gonna throw out our AoE. We're gonna drop this baby. We're gonna go straight into our eyeballs. Okay. I knew I could do it. Just way too rusty. Alright. But that's totally okay, right? Who let the dinos out? Ooh, me. I did it. That's the thing, man. You gotta practice, right? It took me like 4 tries to do that stupid pull. But I finally got it. Finally stopped freaking out so much and was just able to do the dang thing. There we are. Is that the whole is that the world quest done? Yeah, it was. Cool. Let's use the whistle. Go back to a flight master. As a new player, how difficult is it to tank plus 10 mythics? It's going to take some practice. I mean, you know, mythics is a totally different thing from doing regular dungeons because you have to worry about affixes, and also the difficulty starts to scale with your character a lot of times, so it's hard for you to like really out level the content. So there's going to be a point where you're playing normal dungeons where you're going to be geared up so well that they're just not going to be that hard, because they're not scaling up to your item level, they're not scaling up to the level of your keystone or anything like that. So they just get easy to do. Like if I was to hop into a dungeon on my demon hunter or my prot warrior, I'd probably have almost no trouble tanking. Probably wouldn't have to pay attention too much, just because at this point I'm max level and my gear is significantly higher than the difficulty of those dungeons. But when you get into mythics, so not only is everything scaling with you, so you don't have that kind of buffer of like, well, I'm learning and, you know, I might not be doing the absolute best job that I've ever done, but I still have some leeway because, you know, my gear is kind of compensating for it. But you also have to worry about affixes, what the affixes are and how they're affecting the level. And I think a lot of the difficulty in World of Warcraft really just comes down to knowledge, right? knowing the dungeon, knowing what the affixes do, knowing what your party members can do. So I'd say it's a pretty good step up in difficulty overall, especially for like a new player. But what I will say is don't be scared of it, right? Like, you're not going to get better at it by, you know, constantly being nervous all the time and worried about doing it. Just do it. Do it, and if it's awful and you don't do a great job, just do it again. It's a video game. I mean, what are you doing? What are you losing? You're losing your time, but not really, because you're getting better at a skill. So, with any of this stuff, like, just jump in, just do it. So, hello, Bramblewing. I-beams. A gilded lower figure. 355 versus 330. It's versatility, critical strike, and leech. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it purely for the item level boost. Is my pawn not working? It's weird. It should be giving me the ratings. Yeah, I mean, it's there. It's not giving me the ratings, though. It just says plus 25 item level. Yeah, I'm well aware of that. Maybe they changed some things, and I just wasn't paying attention to the updates. Really, for the past couple of months, I've been playing a lot of indie games over on Twitch. If you're into indie games at all, I would love for you to join my streams over there. I do them on Twitch just so that you're not constantly bombarded with notifications here on YouTube that I'm going live for indie games. And I'm only putting the most fun indie games over here on YouTube anyway, so if you see those pop up, you should give them a check, give them a look, because they're games that I recommend or I enjoyed playing. But I've been doing a lot of that, playing a lot of Path of Exile. New league came out for that. I could definitely tell there's a lot of interest for that. There's not. I put up a community post and I was like, hey, is anybody playing the new PoE league? And like, total crickets. I didn't get a thumbs up. I didn't get a thumbs down. I didn't get it. It was just like, that was it. But I've been playing that, and I've been anticipating some other releases that have been coming out, or are going to come out. Like Legends of Runeterra, for one. Alright, where are we off to now? Let's see. SF30 is why play with RLF. Real life friends? Is that SF30? I don't know. These are abbreviations I'm not super familiar with. No problem, John. You're welcome. That's the whole purpose of the stream here, is just to answer questions that you might have. So, if you have them, ask them. Happy to answer them. So one question that nobody's asked that I want to answer briefly, I don't want to go too much into this, is like, hey, you put out that video saying what you were going to do with the channel. And you said you probably weren't going to make a whole lot of World of Warcraft videos or content for a little while anyway. What's the deal with that? Why? Well, I wanted to take a minute and address that question, even if no one's directly asking it, in case someone watches this later and wants a bit of knowledge about what's going on. So I definitely am going to keep making videos for indie games. I really love doing that. It's super awesome to work with developers, get keys from them, showcase their games, promote them here on the channel, especially because a lot of times, like, I reach out to the developers for things that I'm already interested in. It's not that they're, always bothering. They're always reaching out to me and like, hey, can you promote this game? No, most of the time it's me going, hey, I think this game looks really cool. Can I promote it? Will you let me showcase it on my channel? So that's a lot of fun. So that's not changing. That's not going anywhere. Legends of Runeterra was something I really wanted to feature heavily here on the channel. It's also something that I don't know when I'm actually going to get to play. So there's that aspect of it, which means that it really doesn't affect the channel at all until I can actually play. Same thing with Diablo 4. I'm really enjoying Path of Exile, and I think that if I continue to play it pretty regularly, then that's something that I might eventually make some guides for as well. So in the meantime, with all that going on, I've had more and more subscribers and more people joining the channel. I mean, it's crazy. It took about 6 months to hit 1,000 subscribers on the channel. And I hit 1,000 subscribers around February. So it's been about 8 months. And in that time, I've gained an additional 2,000 subscribers. And consistently, constantly, every single time, those subscribers are coming in because they like the World of Warcraft guides and the World of Warcraft videos. So what does that mean? It means there's not a whole lot going on for the games that I do want to eventually make a lot of content for. Diablo 4, Legends of Runeterra, Path of Exile. I feel like I want to get better at that before I try to, make content for it. Or at least get to end game and then talk about one of my builds or something. And the indie games, I like doing reviews and stuff on those, but I don't want this to turn into like a Let's Play channel or anything like that. So those aren't going to become like main primary content. So in the meantime, I've been like, well, what am I making content about? What am I doing? And ultimately, everyone is joining the channel for the World of Warcraft videos. I think I honestly needed a break from doing them, and I needed to feel like I wasn't trapped. I wasn't stuck. Like it wasn't the only thing that I could possibly ever do. I needed to understand that, to prove that to myself that, like, hey, I can make videos about things that aren't just World of Warcraft. And I did. I took a break from World of Warcraft. I stopped making videos about it. I was really burned out on making class guides and add-on guides and just that whole thing. I was super burnt out on it, and I needed the break. And I took the break, and now that I've taken the break, I've proven to myself that I can make other content, even if, it only gets 60 views or 70 views, which a lot of the videos I've made recently, that's all they get. And I understand. Most people came here because of World of Warcraft content. When you see that content that isn't World of Warcraft, you're not really interested. And that's totally fine. I definitely get that. But until I have another game that I feel like I can make a lot of content for consistently, which, as far as I know, is either going to be Path of Exile once I learn it well enough, or Legends of Runeterra when that comes out here pretty soon. Then my intention is to continue to make some more WoW content for everyone. So you're going to see the return of guides. You're going to see the return of class guides and add-on guides. I don't know what rate I'm going to be putting them out at. I'm still going to be doing, like I said, the class guides pretty regularly. Let's see, we got 360. This is a 24% upgrade for Havoc. Let's take it. And let's look at the Azerite powers. Okay. What the heck? think I just confused myself. Alright, anyway. So yeah, you're going to see those videos. It's not going to stop me from making videos about other stuff, but I want to continue to put out some WoW content for everyone who came here for the World of Warcraft content and has been enjoying it. So I don't know what the rate's going to be, but it's coming. Eventually, it'll probably drop off a little bit. It'll pick up around 8.3, and then it'll drop off until the next expansion. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. I love making the specialization introduction guides. Totally going to do that for Shadowlands. I love making the tanking guides. Also going to do that for Shadowlands. Add-on updates if they come. And, you know, everything really comes down to, like, how does Shadowlands play? How does it feel? Is it enjoyable? And if it is, then, I mean, you'll see a lot more WoW content. If it's not, then you'll see what I just told you about. And then I'll be back to doing other stuff. So, that's how it'll go. Alright, well, it looks like the majority of the questions have been answered. So I think this is probably going to be a good time for me to call it quits for the stream. I don't want to ramble on too much. I kind of got on my soapbox there for a couple minutes like I sort of wanted to do. Not the purpose of the stream, but, you know. I wanted to make sure I got that in there, and I wanted to let you know that, you know, after taking a break and having that opportunity to do content for other stuff, it really kind of freed me in a sense, and maybe when I come back and make some more World of Warcraft guides. So, if you're really, really into World of Warcraft and that's what you came here for, that's why you're here on the channel, then, hey, that stuff is coming back. And you're going to be able to get some more videos, some more good content for World of Warcraft. Like I said, my goal is to get a Weak Auras basic video and possibly the next class guide out before Christmas. I don't know if I'll do that, but that's my intention. I'm hoping I'll at least get one of them done. We'll see. That way you have something to watch during the holidays if you need to escape your family drama. If that's a thing. But if you just enjoy, you know, me as a content creator, or if you watch some of my other videos that aren't related to World of Warcraft, I encourage you to jump in and check out some of those other videos. Know that the videos that I'm putting on YouTube from Twitch, from my indie game streams, are just the videos of the games that I really liked or had fun playing. And if you want to tune into any of those streams, Twitch every Monday at the same time as this stream is usually when I do a indie game stream. It's a pretty cool showcase stream. I pick 4 indie games and I play them all for like 30 minutes a piece just to kind of check them out and get a first impressions of the game, see what I think about them. And that's a lot of fun. Depending on that and kind of, we'll see. In the new year, I'm going to decide whether or not I'm going to be doing a WoW stream again. Actually, I say the new year, it's probably going to depend on 8.3. Like, I don't think at the moment that I want to do live streams for World of Warcraft unless I'm doing them as a supplement to a class guide. Just because, being honest, I still just don't find 8.2.5 to be super fun. And while I'm sitting here, I do want to log in to my Worgen and get a good look at his new character model. So I'm going to pull him up. So you probably won't see much in the way of World of Warcraft live streams for a little while until at least 8.3. I'll probably play 8.3 on stream when it comes out and decide whether or not I enjoy the guide or enjoy the game at that point. And if I do, then I'll bring WoW live streams back at that time. But for now, the thing that I am doing consistently is the Monday indie game streams on Twitch. So go subscribe over there if you want to tune into those. They're a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun interacting with the chat over there on Twitch, putting them into the game if I have the opportunity. Yeah, it's just a whole lot of fun. And it's pretty casual, chill sort of hangout. So as far as live streams goes, that's what I have going on. I hope everyone is having fun. And whatever it is they're doing, I hope you have a really good holiday season. I hope you enjoy it. I hope if you're working, you get some holiday parties and some random time off because, you know, we're always hoping for that. I've got a holiday party tomorrow, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Go bowl, stuff like that. So looking forward to that. I got his helmet on. I need to take his helmet off. Let's see. I guess I could hide the helmet, but I'm just going to take it off. Oh, too much zoom. Look at you. Look at you. Looking good. Actually, you know what? Let's do the narcissist thing here. Oh, you can now apply special visuals to your scene. Yeah, this is all too... getting too into the weeds for me. Yeah, this add-on is so cool. It's really dope. This is called Narcissus, if you like it. All right, your guides are the best. I like the quality over quantity. Thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, it definitely it's a combination of both, but I just eventually, yeah, it got a little overwhelming. So, all right, thanks for the donations. I really appreciate that. Those are my first 2 donations here on YouTube. Actually, it was support from Patreon that paid for the sub to get me back into World of Warcraft so I can play today and so I can make some more guides here for you. I'm not going to promote Patreon too hard here. You can check it out. There's nothing really going on over it. I know I'm really selling it right now. There's nothing really going on at Patreon at the moment, but there will be a Patreon revolution after the new year, and I will be doing a little something over there to try to drum up some more support for the channel. So check it out if you want. It's patreon.com/setzuko. And thanks for the support that I've had over there that allowed me to jump back in and take care of this sub so that I can play and make some more guides for you guys. All right, I appreciate you tuning in. Y'all have a good night, and I will see you next Monday on Twitch if you want to tune in for some indie games. I got a couple of new ones that I'm pretty excited to show off, so we'll do that. All right, everybody, have a good night. Lost, enjoy yourself. John Conrad, thanks for hanging in here towards the end. Thomas Fulton as well. I appreciate everybody who tuned in and everybody who commented, asked questions, and donated. If you're watching this later in the VOD, I appreciate you taking time out of your holiday to watch a little something that I created. So thank you for that. All right. Peace. Yes, I want to end